I'm Judy Hardy. I'm Senior Care Manager Clinical at Baptcare, the Ringwood office, the Eastern office, and I've been working with Baptcare since 2006.
5 years ago, Dad had a subarachnoid hemorrhage, which means an aneurysm, and subsequent strokes. From being perfectly healthy, he ended up in a wheelchair, aphasic, unable to talk, paralysed on the right-hand side of his body, left incontinent. So it's a very big lifestyle change from being very active and going out and healthy and fitness and just a very active lifestyle, going to the theatre and restaurants. He's now housebound, wheelchair bound, so it's changed their life dramatically, not just Dad's, Mum's as well, the family, but predominantly Mum and Dad.
When I met George, he had been a couple of years home from hospital after suffering a stroke, and his family were supporting him at home with help from the council, and he'd been referred for an EACH package, extended aged care at home, and I went out to see the family to assess whether they were suitable to come onto a package and whether they would want to come onto a package. I was able to offer myself as a care manager, and then there's a range of services that are available, and it's individually tailored to each client. So I sit down with the client and find out what their circumstances are and work out with them what they might need. It can be personal care, it could be home help, could be in-home respite to give the carers a break, link them in with occupational therapy, physiotherapy, nursing, continence products, referral to a dietitian. So it's a whole range of things, and it's sitting down with the client and working out specifically what's going to make a difference to them and what's going to enable them and the carer to remain at home.
I got a call from Judy Hardy from Baptcare introducing herself. Going back 2 years to that, when we were in hospital and Dad was being discharged, the social worker discussed different facilities and different packages that are available by the government. At the time, due to shock and trauma, it all meant nothing. 2 years down the track, I got a call from Judy explaining who she was and that she had been appointed Dad's case manager and what Baptcare did and how they could help us. Again, I still didn't really understand what that meant until I met her and she explained the whole process of what Baptcare does and how they could assist us. When something like this occurs to a household, to a family, especially if you have no idea like ourselves, you don't really know where to start from. So sometimes you think of only the big things, but in reality it's all the little things. And if I think of everything that Judy's done, things like organising blister packs for medication, not having to run to the chemist every time you need to refill a prescription, that you can organise a doctor to fax a prescription directly to the chemist. That's such a little thing, but in reality, when you're caring for someone, to physically get into the car, go to the chemist, go to the doctor, pick up the prescription, take it to the chemist, wait, have it filled, bring it home, try and set it up in your own dose set box, all those little things, and there's thousands of those little things that just make your day so much more easier when someone like Judy has organised all those little things for you. Having the personal care needs, the products delivered to the house rather than having to order them yourself and then pick them up. Finding those products, there's literally thousands of different convenes and incontinence aids, products that you don't even know exist that actually help do your, care for Dad so much more easier as opposed to doing everything the hard way. So they're all the little things, and there's thousands of those that I probably can't remember everything at this moment that make what Baptcare does so special in our lives. Judy has set up personal care workers to come in and bathe Dad and respite to give Mum a break. She's organised funding for certain things that are needed. But beyond that, she's even given us ideas that we didn't even know existed. Nothing like this had ever happened in our family, so we didn't really know of what disability services are available. When I made some inquiries at, say, Centrelink, we didn't qualify for anything, so we just did it the hard way, not knowing what was available to us. Judy's given us ideas of products that are available out there that are suitable for Dad. So it's very hard to look for something when you don't even know it exists. So she's been invaluable in that degree.
The other thing that has made a real difference is that we were able to fund an electric wheelchair for George. So up until that point, they're in a split-level home with ramps, and his wife Jenny had to push him, and he's not a slim gentleman. She had to push him from room to room, wherever, if he wanted to go up to his bedroom or the bathroom, she'd have to push him. Now he's got independence. He can move himself from the kitchen table to go and watch TV. He can go up a ramp to his room. And also we've been able to put external ramps in the home, and he used to go on a balcony and overlook the backyard and watch his wife do the gardening, and she loves her garden, and she'd be frightened to go out and do the gardening, to leave him in the home alone for too long in case something happened. So now he can access and go around to the back of the house via the ramps and be with her while she's doing the gardening, telling her how she should do it, and also can join the family for barbecues. So it's united, the family unit. They're able to socialise together in the warmer weather. And plus, one of the best days was I got there a bit early, and George had gone down to the local milk bar to get the paper in his wheelchair, and I got there in time to see him coming up the hill with the paper. And even though he can't speak, the shop owner knows him, and he goes in there with the money, and they know that's what he wants, and he goes and buys the paper. So he's reconnecting with his community.
The biggest advantage of having, say, the motorised wheelchair is Dad gaining his independence, being able to go into his room or into the family room whenever and however he feels. He can do it without having to rely on someone to assist him, or go out the front door and go down to the milk bar and pick up his newspaper. So just gaining that independence. With the ramps, for example, being able to access all parts of the property, go into the garage, go see his tools if he really wants to in the work shed, go into the backyard, see what Mum's done with the pruning, being part of barbecues and family functions that are held outdoors. They're probably the main advantages for Dad.
The most fulfilling part was when I did a home visit, and I went when the physio was there and he was walking, to see the difference it had made for us to be able to link him in with a physio once a week, to get a program developed, and just, as I said, to see the joy on his face when he could walk. It makes life easier for his wife Jenny as well, because she's not having to physically all the time lift him in and out of a chair. He's now can get himself out of a chair, so that helps her too.
Judy, no doubt now, after being with us for nearly 3 years, or over 3 years, has now become part of, and Baptcare have become part of our extended family. We know all the people in the Ringwood office, and so whether Mum gets to speak to Judy or to Jenny or to Andrea, to Brad, we've all met, we all know each other, they've organised the Christmas parties. We feel like we're part of their family and they're part of ours.